Hey, here we are, the monthly reset podcast. This is only 2 weeks, Justin. Only been 2 weeks, which is kind of
That's
insane.
crazy.
Kind of insane. But we're here to keep going with our top 25 games of the generation. We've got our list of 25 games. We know how to order it now. So I don't think this will be as contentious as last time. But who knows? I've been wrong before. Justin?
Oh, we're gonna fight.
It is getting kind of hot over here, Megs. It's getting kind of hot over here. Though I don't appreciate the like, snarky face or whatever. I don't even know what to call it. The swarmy face that you put next to the chat here. So yeah, we're gonna be ordering this list of 25 games. So I'm gonna switch over to the games themselves. Here they are. So we're going to read the list of 25 games, and then we're going to go from there. So our list of 25 games are Inside, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Destiny, Nier Automata, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Cuphead, Red Dead Redemption 2, Hitman, Horizon Zero Dawn, Firewatch, Dead Cells, Life is Strange. Why do you have oh, because this is the games we locked. That's right. I forgot. I was like, why is there a asterisk next to Life is Strange? Night in the Woods, Return of the Obra Dinn, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Remnant from the Ashes, Celeste, Apex Legends, Overwatch, Titanfall 2, God of War, Bloodborne, and The Witness. Those are the list of our games. For those of you who might be joining us for the first time, we do a video game podcast. Usually it's monthly. We're doing it bi-monthly for this month because we wanted to finish off this list. We took a list of, what was it, just like 140?
Should have been like 145, but I was tired when I wrote the list and we missed 3 games that I really like.
140 or so games that we got down to 25 games. And that's where we're at right now. Before we jump into this, Justin, I don't know, most people probably in here right now probably watched us do this, but we talked over the EA thing today, the EA Play 2020 thing. And it was very bad. I just want to say
bad.
It was purposeless, I think, is even more what I would say.
Knowing the way EA does their press conferences, my anticipation level and expectation level was very low, and they still somehow managed to blow me away with their ineptitude.
Yeah, was an EA snooze fest. You got him, Grun. So he says dull as ditch water. He's not mincing words. They did show 3 hours of that Star Wars game. I'm exaggerating, but if that's what it felt like a little bit while we were watching it. So this is our list. I want to start up by saying right off the bat, all of these games are fantastic, wonderful games, and we are going to we have affection for each and every one of them. So don't think if we put something at 25, it means we think it's a bad game. We think it's one of the 25 best games that came out in the last, 7 or 8 years. So that's pretty good, I would say. Hey, Justin?
Sure.
Do you not agree with me?
No, these are all very good video games. Minus like 1 or 2 of them, which are not actually good video games at all, but they're on the list.
No, game 25, you're trash. Okay, Megs. I think Megs is already salty because you started off being salty, Justin, with her I am
not ever salty
about where Life is Strange is going to show up. So,
all right, let's start counting this down.
So, how do you want to go about this, Justin?
We're going to go down the list.
Okay,
but
what do you mean?
We're starting at 25. I want to know what you think number 25 is.
Of these games, what I think number 25 is.
Of these games, what do you think number 25 is?
Okay. I would say Horizon Zero Dawn.
I could be persuaded.
I think Horizon. I'll tell you what I think. I think the last 3 games, for me would be Horizon, Remnant, just because it's so new, you know, and I think it obviously has issues. Like, even though I think it's a wonderful, fantastic, and one of the best games of the generation. Sorry, not 3. Those would be the 2 that I would put near the bottom of the list. Cody, we're not going to be talking about where Breath of the Wild goes for a while, so buckle in, my friend.
Or will we?
Just buckle in.
I could get down with that.
What would you say, Justin?
I mean, you know, I don't think Life is Strange is very good, so I would put Life is Strange at the bottom of this list.
Mark is here. Have no fear.
That's not a full stop entrance, though.
No, it's not. No, because that's not what Mark does.
I know. That's my feelings, but I know you feel very strongly about Life is Strange. Horizon was nearly it was Horizon or Spider-Man to make this list, and we put Horizon. So if you want to put Horizon at 25, I won't argue, even though I really like that game.
I can, like I said, I mean, I could say we could put Remnant at 25.
Let's put Remnant at 25.
Okay.
I think that game is really, really good. We're playing it right now.
We are.
It was our game of the year last year, but game still has issues.
Oh, I need to have the other keyboard out. I'm trying to edit the document with the wrong keyboard.
Megs, that wasn't by my choice that Spider-Man did it. Well, technically it was my choice.
I just brought up Steam somehow. I don't even know how. All right, there we go. Sorry, everybody. We're having problems right now, man. We're having some problems. There we go. I'm just moving this keyboard over. I really should have you do this so this doesn't move around all the time for them on their screen, but
all right.
It's okay. No, it's okay. We didn't talk about it, so I'm totally fine. I'm just moving something over here. Okay. There we go. All
right. So we got Hugh's approval that Horizon can be at the bottom of the list.
Oh, good. I wasn't going to be able to sleep if that wasn't the case. Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay. I'm gonna put Horizon at 24 and Remnant at 25. Okay. Sorry for the weird crop, folks. It's not working out for this part of it. What are you oofing, Cody? What are you oofing? All right, Megs. Oh, I see what you're oofing. Megs, just drop it. You don't have to pick up the Kelsey torch. I'd be oofing Reed Dead. Does it say Reed Dead? It does say Reed Dead. Got it. Nailed it, baby. Okay. So, okay, so we've got 25 and 24. What would you put next? Like, what would be your 23, Justin?
I'm looking at the list.
Okay.
Celeste?
I could see Celeste in that area. I'm trying to think if there's anything I would like argue should be there before. I mean, where are you gonna thinking for Red Dead, my friend? I'm not saying it has to go 23, but I'm just asking.
I haven't figured that out yet. Let me take a look.
I'm totally fine with Celeste there, but I'm just wondering.
I think Celeste needs to be. I mean, I think Red Dead is going to be higher on the list. I liked Red Dead. Bobby did not really play it.
Yeah, I didn't really play it that much. I wouldn't say I didn't. I'm not gonna go. I didn't like it because that would just be like an unfair thing to say. I'm gonna fix this crop while you're talking. So why don't you think about what's gonna be the next thing, Justin?
All right. All right. So Celeste is 23. Can we separate? Can we? No, that's a lot of work. Never mind.
What were you gonna ask?
I was just gonna say move. No, it's fine where it is. The list can stay here. I was gonna say separate the ones that are like locked in at the bottom. Okay. Where are you gonna fight for Life is Strange?
Oh wait, should I do this? Will this fix this? This will fix it. Boom, baby. I did it. Okay.
All right. Well, let's change up the way we're doing this. I have a better idea.
Okay.
Let's pick some games that we think are in the top 10.
Oh, so when you suggest this method, it's the right way to go. But when I suggested this method last time, it's ridiculous.
So it's more fun to go bloodthirsty, but they're all good games. So it's hard to go bloodthirsty on games that we feel like, all right, is this 23 or 22? I want an idea of what is in your top 10.
What's in my top 10? Sure. I would say Breath of the Wild, Obra Dinn, The Witness, Bloodborne.
All right, how about we do this? Let's shorten it to top 5.
Okay. And that was 4 so far. And then I would say probably Apex. That's my top 5.
Breath of the Wild. Okay.
Breath of the Wild, Obra Dinn, Bloodborne, The Witness, and Apex Legends.
Jeez, okay. So mine would be Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Obra Dinn, God of War, Apex.
Okay, well, it sounds like Apex, Breath of the Wild, and Return of the Obra Dinn are going to be towards the top of this list. That would be my assumption from what we just said, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a kind of a pain in the ass to move this stuff, but I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to move these two up near the top. I mean, we're not locking them in for anything yet.
We're coming out. We're working on things to do with the channel points, guys.
Yes, we're working on it. Okay. It's been like 2 days since we had this discussion.
No one's saying anything. Mark's just saying he has a plethora of them.
I know. I'm just saying. What else did we say?
Oh God, Kelsey's in the chat.
Oh no.
She's coming to fight.
Okay.
Obra Dinn, Breath of the Wild, and Apex Legends are near the top of this list.
Okay. Okay. Boom. All right. So, I mean, that got us some sort of, agreement on the games we're not going to talk about yet. But
so right now we have Remnant, Horizon, Celeste as the bottom 3.
Yes. Welcome, Kelsey, just in time to be angry at us.
Life is Strange is still alive, Kelsey. Not for long though.
Let's figure out this 20 to 23, 20 to 22. Sorry, we can figure this out. What games do we like a lot but not feel super strongly about? That's the question.
How about Firewatch?
I feel very strongly about Firewatch, Justin.
Remnant is Kelsey. Remnant is number 25.
It's number 25, Kelsey. It can't go anymore. Nothing can go anymore. Everything is locked into this list. Nothing can go.
So you feel very strongly about Firewatch.
Yes.
Where do you see Firewatch?
I see it probably somewhere in the 15, 16 range, Justin.
All right.
I'm not saying that that's where it has to be. I'm just saying that's where I feel like it should be.
All right, I'll put one up here. I will put The Witcher.
Okay. Where do you want to put that?
We'll put it at 22.
22?
Yeah.
Didn't you like The Witcher more than Red Dead? Like, I remember you going crazy about The Witcher when you played it.
Remember, these are all really good games.
I know, but I'm just trying to suss out our like own personal feelings about them. And it felt like you were more into The Witcher when you talked to me than you were to Red Dead.
So far, we're being way too civil. I know.
We have to ease our way into it.
See, like, I don't, the games I don't feel very strongly about. I don't feel strongly about Inside. I don't feel strongly about Life is Strange.
I know that.
And the ones I feel, there's 2 RPGs in here that I'm into. So it's The Witcher and it's what's it called? Red Dead. I don't know. This is difficult because usually we're on a list of games that are not very good, and these are all extremely good games. So it's like splitting hairs. Like the difference between 15 and 25 isn't really much about it. There's not really much there. Life is Strange is a bad video game, Kelsey.
But we have to act like there is a big difference, Justin, or this won't work. we have to care deeply about where each of these games goes. That's how this works.
I know, but over time, it's been a lot of years since I played The Witcher, and I really enjoyed The Witcher, but I played Red Dead more recently, and I think I enjoyed it a little bit more because there wasn't 2 other games that I didn't play stacked on top of it where I was trying to pick stuff up on the fly.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to think here. We can. Okay, let's move Witcher there for now. I don't know if it's gonna end up staying there because I think we might come up with something different as we go. But I'm just gonna put it there for now.
I'm just trying to move games around on the list and then look at it and be like, does this feel right?
Exactly. Yes. Of course we're gonna do that. So, let's see what else should be in the 20 and 21. Let's see.
Oh, Alejandro, you're such a gent.
What did Alejandro do?
Gifted a sub to Kelsey.
Oh, thank you so much. Kelsey, thank you for... Now we know you weren't already subscribing to the channel. But Alejandro, you're the best, man. You really are. All right, so I'm just gonna throw it out there, and we'll just start the business up. What do you think about Hitman at 20 and at 21? Oh, let's flip this. Here's what I'll say. Let's do Hitman at 21 and Inside at 20.
That's a compromise for you.
Yes, that is a compromise for me.
Fine.
Okay. Okay.
Megs, Bobby is on your side in this argument. So
We're talking about Life is Strange right now?
Yes.
Yes, I'm very much on your side. You don't have to worry about that. I am part of the Life is Strange Defense Force. Alejandro really does keep the ship afloat, Mark. Between this gifted subs and the being Justin Sherpa, it is not an exaggeration to say that.
I would be lost without Alejandro. Although, Alejandro, when you weren't here last night, some random stranger from the internet felt my angst and was just
Yeah.
like, someone needs help in Dark Souls, and like flocked to us.
Yes, they showed
And
up
literally
and
was like, and
helped us a
I
lot.
didn't. They were, since we didn't know them, they were like, "I'll walk across that bridge. There's an invisible bridge there." And I was like, "There's no way they're gonna laugh at me when I fall to my death."
Yeah.
Lo and behold, there was an invisible bridge there.
There was. And it was amazing. That was an amazing moment. For sure. Yeah, it's Megs did it last time with the podcast where she was like writing in our Discord along with watching and listening to the archive of the podcast, and Alejandro kind of like using Discord as his chat today, watching the archive of Dark Souls was great. Okay, so now we got the 20 through 25 not set, but that's where our order is right now. We're gonna look at it again. Let's talk about 19 to 15 or 15 to 19. So we start squeezing this list a little bit down. What are you thinking, Justin? What do you think is going to be in this next 5?
This is where Firewatch is going. This is where Resident Evil is going.
Notice Justin is saying all games that are games that I love.
This is where Cuphead is going.
Oh, see, he threw that in there because what I just said. He wouldn't have said that if I hadn't said what I said.
It was actually going to be my next one. You jerk. You goddamn jerk. This could be where Dead Cells goes.
Oh my god, did you just little piece of you die just saying that?
Feel like I'm dying. I don't like this.
Could this be where Destiny goes?
Could be where Destiny goes.
Craig, hello, my friend. Thank you so much for dropping by. I know Justin is a hater, Kelsey. I've known this for many years.
I mean, somebody's got to be.
Calls me the hater, but that's not really true.
There's a difference between being a hater and being the one with taste.
Okay. All right. Yes, I'm the one with taste, and you're the hater. I don't think Destiny is top 10 either, Andy. This is what I'm saying.
No, I wasn't planning on putting Destiny in the top 10. Destiny belongs somewhere in between 10 and 20. So
Destiny feels good at like, oh, Megs with the 200 biddies. Man, having that text to speech now is something else.
If Megs wasn't so relentless, I might feel a little bad, but I love it.
Yes, no, I love it too.
Meg's relentlessness is amazing.
It is.
One day, Megs, you'll get your way.
One day,
and that'll
Megs.
be the last day of the stream when they're like, "This Twitch couldn't ever see this. You're banned forever."
I thought about. I'm gonna save it. Actually, I'm gonna save it because I want it to be a fun surprise if I ever do it. Anyway, thank you so much for the biddies, Megs.
Destiny's number 19. Destiny opened up an entire new world for me.
Yes.
Cue the Aladdin song and Jasmine. But, you know, Destiny's problems, especially the first game, its issues were known.
Mm-hmm.
It's an important game for the generation, but it's not making the top 10, and it's not going to probably make top 15. So we can just put it here for now.
Definitely.
Once the list is ordered, when we have a locked, not the lock, when we have a list, then I'm going to be like, I want to move Destiny up 3 spots. I'm getting just roundabout ideas of where these games go.
I thought Hugh was writing a game abbreviation at first, and I realized he means terms of service. I was like, got it. I got it now. I got that. Inside is beautiful, Craig. Currently, it's sitting at number 20 on this list.
Inside's a very beautiful game, but that's about it.
I love it, Craig. Maybe you should be on this podcast with me. Got some taste in here. Soon,
Craig. Soon.
So yeah, so we got Inside at 20, Destiny at 19. I think we can probably let's see. I'm really like looking and seeing like just reading over the list and being like, what is like my strong reactions? You know what I mean? Like reading this, like this needs to be high. This needs okay. I'm okay if this is in the middle.
Where do you fall on Resident Evil? Are you going to fight for that to get in the top 10?
I don't think it's not top 10, but I think top. Feels like a really good number 15 to me, Justin. That's what it feels like to me. Like a very good number 15 game. You not agree?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure.
What is top 5 at least? Witcher? You? The W's. Up with the Witcher and the Win.
The Witness is just floating in that spot right now.
Yeah, the Witness hasn't moved yet. I'll do exactly what Justin just asked me to do, which is I'll do this. I mean, I'm gonna have to. Shit, it's not gonna let me do it. It's not gonna let me do it. Basically, here, you know, I'll bold the ones that we've discussed. How about that? How about that? So these are the games we've already discussed, and we've kind of placed them provisionally so far. Are these 25 to 19? Kelsey saying definitely Witcher top 5. Kelsey, just stop.
I really like The Witcher, but I'm going against Bobby, who doesn't play any of these long RPGs.
Can we just go rewind the tape to where Justin is the one who said put The Witcher at number 22?
I have to pick my battles.
Okay.
I have to pick my battles.
Let's just rewind the clock on that one. Okay.
I tell you what. Let's put Life is Strange at 22, and then I'll easily move up The Witcher.
What'd you say? I missed what you said.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was going to put Life is Strange at 22, and I'll move up The Witcher.
No, we're not moving Life is Strange. Why would we make that trade? There are so many other games.
Kelsey says it should be top 5, so I have to listen to what Kelsey says. She gets mad at me otherwise.
Kelsey also wants Life is Strange to be top 5, Justin.
Now she's got to pick one.
I think she would pick Life is Strange.
God damn it.
Wouldn't it be easier to put the number of where you want on the end of the game?
Yeah, but that's like...
Yes, maybe, but like it's going to get real confusing for us scrolling through this list. Wait, who's whining about long games?
Yeah.
No, he's not the one whining about long games. He's saying that I don't like long games.
It's true.
I like very certain.
Did you play any other games during this generation? Come on now.
She played one session of Bloodborne. We know that. There used to be video evidence. There used to be video evidence of it.
That was so good.
I don't think it exists anymore.
This is our final 25, and we're trying to figure out the order.
Yeah,
the last one we cut down from like 130 to 25.
Yeah, totally. Kelsey, your Bloodborne stream is still, I think, one of my favorite things I've ever watched on the internet. I just want to say that for 100%
True
sure.
Story.
Yes, Megs.
Why did you throw the PUBG grenade in? It's never a good idea to throw the PUBG grenade against Kelsey.
Kelsey is just a troll. And she's gonna keep trolling. Okay.
Here are the games I think belong somewhere in this amalgamation.
18 to 15?
Fine. Firewatch. I already said Resi. And probably I'm not going to win on a lot of these battles, so I will put up Dead Cells.
No. Just tell me the games you want to be there, Justin. Don't worry. Don't preemptively lose the battles, okay?
It took me 6 years, but I figured out how to do this with you, and it's preemptively lose battles to save for the final fight. Lose the battle, win the war.
No, your original plan was don't tell anybody that I like a game, and then let the discussion get so far down the rabbit hole that game is already gone. You mentioned Cuphead before. Would you like Cuphead more than you like Dead Cells, Justin?
Oh, I like Dead Cells more than I like Cuphead.
Okay. So let's talk about that then. What if we say We need 3 games, right, Justin, to move here?
3 games.
Okay. I'm still honestly shocked that you are putting Red Dead over The Witcher. Cuphead. I'm trying to think where I would put Resi and Resident Evil, and seeing if it's like for more higher enough that I want to fight for it, or if I'm just like, okay, we can put it here. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna say Cuphead, and I will give Firewatch over into this area. Okay.
So you want to do 1817 Cuphead Firewatch?
I'm gonna do, because I know this is very painful for you to put Cuphead here, and that you don't really like Firewatch that much. So, I didn't mean to do it like that. That was
because now we got to remember.
That was the wrong thing to do. Okay.
Bobby and I are huge fans of Apex.
Yes.
I think Apex is going to be locked in. It's going to be in the top 5 for us.
It's going to be very high for sure. Wherever it is. Okay. This is good because even if we don't go with this exact order, at least we're getting them into like the areas that we kind of mutually agree that they should be in, and then we can suss it out from there, right? So there's still 2 more, right, that we need to get to the top 15 here?
Yes. You said Resi looked like a very good what?
15. I could totally be happy with Resident Evil 2 being at number 15.
Put it at 15.
Okay.
Oh, look at Andy throwing fire. The Witness could stay there for Witness could stay there too, Andy, but there's no way Bobby's going to do that.
No, there's just no way. I put it at 14 by accident. Sorry. There we go. This is what I want to do. Okay. There we go.
Life is Strange is still way too high on this list. Are you going to fight for Life is Strange in the top 10?
No, we're getting to the point where I'm going to start saying I think Life is Strange would be a great this number game. We're getting to that point. I could see Nier Automata at 16.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that.
I liked Nier Automata a lot, and I loved a lot of things about Nier Automata, but there was also a lot of slogginess that was involved in doing to get to the really amazing endings of that.
I know, but there were, even through that slog, there was still wildness to be had.
There was, but do you remember that part where you had to like walk super slow for like 30 minutes and you were like partly injured the whole time? Remember that part?
No recollection. I have no recollection of this.
You don't remember that?
It's such a good video.
That was like almost the entire. That's when you were playing as. What was it? Wasn't the 2 mains. It was like the other female android.
I remember a lot, and I honestly don't remember this part.
Oh yeah, that was the part. There was a couple times where I was like, "This is."
Okay, 2 things. Let's talk about Pascal.
Pascal's wonderful.
Let's talk about that music.
Music is wonderful.
So with that weird ass gameplay near the end.
Yes, this is why it's on the top 25 games of the generation. Should
be higher.
I just don't think. Where do you think it should be? It's got too many problems to be a top 10 game.
No, I would say it's outside the top 10, but just outside the top 10. that 11, 12 range. Pascal and Wonderful Music. Are we talking about Tangled? Tangled is a very good Disney
It's
movie.
a very good Disney movie. The music in Nier Automata is wildly good. I just want to say
It's like
that.
probably second to none on this list.
Yeah, it's amazing music for sure.
Pascal and that village, all those little robot kids.
I know, but also remember, it didn't look that good.
Neither does some of the other games on this list.
Yes, but a lot of this is like a lot of that is intentional. Justin, as a style. What other games? Actually, what other games?
Life is Strange doesn't look that good.
Life is Strange, but Life is Strange has like a very particular art style going on.
All right, fine. I can't win that argument.
No, you can't win that argument. Fun fact: Tangled was once the most expensive film of all time. That's why you keep marking the chat. Honestly, for facts like these. Let's see.
I will. This is for 16.
It's for 16. We need a 16th game.
Fine, put it there. I have too many other battles to fight.
I mean, I think we had the same discussion back.
No, our discussion for Game of the Year when Nier Automata was there, it was Matt Wood being like, "Why is this game on the list?" It was like, "It's not my fault. Nobody played it." And then Hugh said it had bad music, and I literally almost got on a plane, flew to Wales to fist fight him.
That's pretty funny. Did I not cut? Oh, I didn't cut this. Okay, that's why. Okay, good. The list is not broken. Move Witcher to 16 and then keep moving it up. Okay.
The Witcher may end up moving, but I need to see this sort of in place list before I start moving things around.
I agree with you that The Witcher is too low.
I played all of 4 hours of it.
I played 15 hours of it, Justin. Excuse me. So, okay, now we're in the top 15 times. So now we got to start really thinking about this. So,
number 14, Life is Strange.
I can... If Life is Strange is
I've let this game survive for 10 picks.
Survive. Like, oh, Justin, I must bow to you. Oh, thank you, Emperor Justin, for letting us survive.
You're welcome. I let it. It's a bad video game.
Megs is not happy with you right now.
I got a time travel mechanic. Ooh, I'm saying so much.
That's not about the time travel mechanic, man. That game says a lot of stuff and goes a lot of places that other games do not go.
A lot of stuff. But I don't think the time travel is very good.
I can deal with Life is Strange at 14, but we got to talk about Red Dead Redemption.
Let's talk about MGS 5.
I'm willing to have that discussion as well. Absolutely. But Red Dead Redemption, it's one of the things where it feels like you really like that game and it's very good. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not even great. Every game in this list is great. But I feel like you don't have the passion for it like that you have for some of these other games.
No, I don't. I have no problem putting Red Dead in this place right here. I'm not fighting for it to be in the top 10.
If we want to say Red Dead Redemption and Metal Gear Solid 5 go right next to each other around the 13-12 area, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Alejandro didn't like Red Dead, didn't like MGS 5 either.
He did not like it. You can also be wrong. That's totally fine.
What the fuck? I liked Red Dead Redemption a lot, Andy. Take a look at some of the other games on this list.
Yeah. And I mean, putting MGS down this low for me is even tough because I love that game a tremendous amount. But I feel like those two games can be paired. And again, I'm just going to put them here. I don't even like
Alejandro's
this.
just spitting fire. I'm not used to it.
Okay, Alejandro.
It's not a finished game.
it's still a. I mean, it is a. I mean, it's not totally finished, but it's still a. I still waited for 100 hours or whatever it was.
Either Red Dead Redemption 2 or The Witcher needs to be in the top 10. All right, let's just get the lists.
Justin, do not get bullied by the chat. All right?
I'm not getting bullied. I'm on the chat side in basically everything except one thing.
Oh, except for, yeah. Are you just excluding people from the chat in this conversation?
No, I would never exclude Kelsey.
All right, so we're at the top 11 of this list. Right now for this initial ordering that we're doing. Mark says, I'm just here to stir things up and make random comments. I know, Mark. I know. Alejandro says, listen to your Sherpa. All right. So which of these games is not making the top 10, Justin?
Mm-hmm.
I'm deleting these. Oops. Okay. Listen to your senpai. What's wrong?
I'm looking at this list. I got to cut one of these games off.
Oh. No, we don't got to cut anything. We're just trying to move something to 11.
I'm cutting one. One of them's not making the top 10.
Mm-hmm. Do we think that game is... Here are the... No. It is not.
I was the guy who fought for Bloodborne to get on the PlayStation list all those years ago and put it at 10, and you're like, I don't know about this.
I guarantee if we went back and listened to that podcast, that is not my tone in that moment.
You were definitely like, I'm not sure about this.
I guarantee you that. Mm-hmm. Though I will say my only true memory of that list is the fight over Grand Theft Auto 5. Here are the 3 games that I feel like could be at number 11. And you let me know what you think, and maybe you can counter on me here, Justin. Dead Cells, Night in the Woods, or Super Mario Odyssey?
Absolutely not.
Could be number 11. Okay. I'm assuming the one that you would be okay with is Night in the Woods.
No, I think it's Dead. If you're gonna put one there, it's Dead Cells.
Okay. All right.
But my choices would be...
That's what I'm asking you to counter. I wasn't saying that we had to do those 3.
My choices would be Bloodborne, The Witness.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just Bloodborne or The Witness. Every other game I'm fine with being here.
I mean, both of those games are... I'm listed in my top 5, I believe. So
yeah, so then I will put Dead Cells at 11.
Okay. Guys, people just hating on like the best game of the generation in the chat.
We'll talk about Return of the Obra Dinn in a second.
Yeah, we are.
Or very soon.
Because we're gonna start getting to the point where we're gonna have to get those things, and it's gonna get
a game without you even knowing what it is. It's a game you should play.
Yeah.
Even on stream, it's probably a good stream game.
Yeah. So. Okay. Now we're in the top 10, Justin. What do we think? What 5 games? I mean, we really only have 2 games. I think we're going to end up slotting into the top 5. They're not already there, right? So, but what are the games you think are in this 10 through 6 section?
Titanfall, Bloodborne, The Witness, God of War. Is that how many was that? 4?
Mm-hmm.
Night in the Woods?
Yes, Night in the Woods, I think. Yeah, that makes 5, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
For
Those are
me,
mine. Those are me.
yeah, no, I know. For me, like 10 through 6 would probably be
I wasn't going in order there. I was just looking at games.
no, I know. Yeah, this wouldn't be that. We're not doing order. We're trying to figure out what games we're gonna move up into the top 5 and which games are gonna say 10 through 6.
So let's do this. Ready?
Yeah.
Craig makes a point in the chat.
What do you say?
Which do you like better, God of War or Titanfall?
God of War.
God of War.
Yeah.
Move Titanfall down the list. I think Titanfall might be number 10.
I mean, I'm fine with that, I would say.
Megs, get into your car, drive. I can't say that. That's mean. Drive somewhere and sit and think about what you just said.
What did Meg say?
Overwatch would be a 10.
Oh, I mean, I love Overwatch, but I would also be okay with that, Meg. But I ain't having that fight. So that's not even a fight that I'm willing to take at some point. I will fight about where it's placed higher up on this list, but I'm not going to fight about that for sure.
Cody struggles with any game that fights back at him. That's what we've learned in the last couple of nights.
Yes, Cody does not like games that don't like him, apparently.
Well, Andy, I know you said Overwatch at 10. Oh, did you say that? Oh, you did say it up the chat. I could have guessed that you would say that, Andy.
And it also said the order, question mark.
Want that sequel.
So I mean, look, I know there are here's what I know. I know that The Witness is one of my favorite games of all time. And I know that for me it is, I think, maybe the ultimate version of a type of game that I absolutely adore, which is puzzle games, right? It does more with puzzle game stuff than I could ever have even really imagined, and the sort of mystery and stuff that's built into that island, and these amazing moments you have going through that island and figuring out that there's more to see and do than you could than even the puzzles kind of present. I just absolutely adore, and I know I think I've said before, it's sort of like a Metroidvania for your mind, because you can't unlock areas until you figure out how to get to them. And Andy and Kelsey are going back and forth. So then I love that about it. Like it just scratches like every one of those itches for me. But I do know that Justin, you have maybe negative affection for it.
I don't have negative affection for The Witness. I think it's a tremendous game that I'm just not smart enough to play.
Well, I mean, I think that's not fair, but
I struggled with some of the design choices in The Witness. It's not giving you any sort of feedback on what you have to do.
No.
I think it is brilliant at times, but if you go in a certain direction on that island and you don't have that knowledge that the game teaches you, you can get stuck for hours. Mm-hmm. And I did. I got stuck for hours on a puzzle, not realizing that I didn't need to be directly in front of the puzzle to solve it. Mm-hmm. I hadn't gotten to the point, like maybe I went out of order, but I got to a point in that game where there is a point in that game where it will teach you that without saying anything.
Yes.
But I never got, I went out of order, went out of turn, and got to a puzzle where it was like, I can't solve this, and spent literally 2 to 3 hours trying to figure it out.
It's very much a story that I totally believe, considering how I've watched you play video games in the last couple of months.
I will tell you, I also had Angela with me, and she was like, I can't figure this out either.
No, I'm not saying the puzzle, but I'm saying the fact that you came up to something that you probably obviously weren't supposed to be solving yet, and we're like, no, I'm just going to sit here until I figure this out. You know, like that's the part for me.
I think it was a pretty early puzzle, but I didn't have.
I remember what puzzle you were. I remember what puzzle you're talking about, because I believe you showed it to me. Yeah, you were like, look at this. I can't figure this out. And I was like, Justin, just walk to your right a little bit. And then he had sort of like a freak out where he was like, basically like a last night Dark Souls is a terrible game moment, but with the witness.
Never said it was a terrible game last night.
I'm pretty sure you did say that at some point.
I might have said it has bad design, but I didn't say it was bad.
So anyway, like that's why the witness for me, like if this was my, and he says he was sending me pictures of the puzzle at one point, and you should have seen my phone and my apartment the time the witness came out, because my wife and I both had like a phone full of pictures, and like we bought graph paper that we were filling out to like map out puzzles. It's like it's something. It's something.
Craig. Dark Souls is a good game for good people.
I agree with you, Craig. I agree with you. So okay, where do we go from here, Justin?
Let's go battle for battle.
I mean, I think some of these we're just gonna disagree though. Like when you ask me Bloodborne or God of War, I'm gonna say Bloodborne.
I'm gonna say God of War.
Obviously.
All right, let's talk about. Let's leave that battle. You want Bloodborne in the top 5, and I think I want God of War. Did I say that before?
You didn't.
All these games have all these games have a very similar feeling to me at this point. Let's talk about Night in the Woods.
Yeah, we can talk about Night in the Woods. I like Night in the Woods probably more than Super Mario Odyssey and Overwatch, I would say. I'm not saying that it has to go over those two at all, but I'm just saying for me, where I stand as like my experience playing the games, that is where I am.
The only game I would put a Night in the Woods above on this list is Bloodborne.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't put it above God of War. And I wouldn't put it above Overwatch either. I mean, sorry, I wouldn't put it above Bloodborne. So like it would be below those games for me. But like if you want to move Bloodborne, like God of War to the top 5, and I move Bloodborne to the top 5, and then we figure out what the other kind of 3 games end up, we can do that. So Donut County was on the other list, Andy. Yes.
Yeah.
Night in the Woods is getting moved, Kelsey. It's not the number 4 game of the generation. Okay, I love it, but it's not the number 4 game of the generation.
They're making a new game. They just announced
it. They are. Yeah, they are.
What's it called? What was it called?
I don't remember.
Something Society?
Was that... Did they give away the name of the game, or that's the name of the developer?
Oh, that might be the name of the developer.
Yeah, because they've changed developers obviously since everything happened.
It's not a sequel to Night in the Woods, though. But I'm very excited for it.
It's not. Yeah, me too.
So here's the game I'm going to the mat for. I'm going to the mat for Odyssey.
Okay, over God of War.
That's my.
Would you take God? Would you let's use Craig's method? God of War or Super Mario Odyssey?
Odyssey.
Okay.
There's one game on here that Odyssey is probably my number 2 game of the generation.
Okay.
That Goodbye Volcano High game looks extremely weird.
It does. Apparently the person who is writing it or something wrote weird porn for Kotaku or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. Honestly, this is giving me PTSD flashbacks to when we did Game of the Year and all my games never made top 5. Yeah, but Kelsey, when you only bring like 3 games to the list, it's hard to get those guys in the top 5. What does it for me with Odyssey? It's a dual thing. It's the first game my son ever loved.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this personal attachment to it. It's the first game he ever looked at and was like, I can't wait for this. So I took the day off of work. We went down to GameStop and he got the big Cappy hat and we spent like the entire day playing it together. It's the first game he ever beat on his own. If I get another tattoo, it's going to be of the Odyssey ship. That game just holds a special place in my heart for that reason. I think it also plays really, really good. I think it's the ideas that they were going for in 64, Sunshine, Galaxy perfected. Like the movement, the way the different stages are, the idea of using Cappy, the callbacks to old Mario games. Like I think it is a damn near perfect video game, and the music is terrific.
Music is terrific. And I think the game is terrific, Justin. I'm not saying that. I think that I disagree with one of your points. I don't think it's better than the Galaxy games, but I do think it's great. And I loved playing it, and it would absolutely be probably in my top 10 of the generation, at least in the top 15 of the generation for me. But I did not have that connection with it that you did for several reasons, obviously, and all of them perfectly good and valid reasons to love something and want it to be on this list. The question is, are we comfortable with the top 5 games being in no order? It's not in any order. Return of the Obra Dinn, The Last of Us: Breath of the Wild, Apex Legends, Super Mario Odyssey, and Bloodborne.
Let me look at that list. Give me a second. I closed Docs by mistake, answering a text message from Laz.
Justin.
I got Docs open. I got it.
I'm gonna put it where it's supposed to be right now, just so we can see it, okay? And again, this is not in any particular order.
Night in the Woods.
I agree that AC Odyssey is in the top 10.
I knew Andy was going to love that game. It was just a matter of time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can get a Waluigi costume in Odyssey. It's so perfect. Ha 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 ha. No. Craig, did you not like Odyssey? Be careful. We have a Ubisoft employee in the chat. She bites.
Which Odyssey are we talking about now?
No, he agrees with me that Mario Odyssey is perfect.
I mean, it's not perfect.
It's literally a perfect video game.
No,
there's nothing wrong with it.
It's not true, but okay.
Accessible and difficult at the same time.
I'm not agreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you that is the truth, but the statement that it is perfect and that it also is those things are not mutually exclusive. So if we flipped God of War and Overwatch right now, I would feel good about it.
I can't reveal who the Ubisoft employee is.
Bobby hates fun. About what? Okay, about Mario Odyssey? Okay.
I've been saying this for years, everybody. Nobody listens to me.
Yeah. I think we could probably go back to our Game of the Year discussion, and I was very, very positive about it.
You want to flip God of War and Overwatch, and you're asking my permission to do so.
I'm not asking your permission, but I'm asking how do you feel about that?
You know how much I care about Overwatch.
But I know how much you care about God of War as well.
Fine.
Okay. Justin, I played a lot of Overwatch. It's not like I have a problem with Overwatch.
Craig, you're very handsome.
Okay. So
I can't believe Bloodborne is in top 5. I'm so upset that we started this. We could have eliminated it so long ago.
You made the mistake, Justin, of letting me get really into that game. Overwatch should be as low as possible with 11. Man, Andy is going for blood. What Andy's doing right now.
Like 200 hours of Overwatch.
I know.
Hated every minute of it.
I know.
Listen, we're gonna have problems. A guy, a girl, and a payload. A good series.
I'm going to suggest something to you, Justin. let's flip 1 and 2 and 4 and 5 and see how that looks on us.
I can't do it.
What do you mean?
The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is not my number 1 video game.
Even if that is true, which is fine, I'm guessing that's what is your number 1?
Return of the Obra Dinn.
Return of the Obra Dinn is great. It's a great video game. It's a wonderful video game.
It's the best video game of this generation.
It's the second best video game of this generation.
Breath of the Wild is a very good open world game.
Justin,
we will see.
I want to go back and listen and just play for you what you said about Breath of the Wild during our Game of the Year discussion.
It's the number 2 game of the generation.
I know, but you saying it's
look, if Obra Dinn didn't come out, it would probably be my game of the generation. It would be either that or Odyssey. Obra Dinn wasn't out yet. I played Obra Dinn. It is the game I wish I could erase my brain the most and go back and play.
I am not.
We will see another really good Zelda game in our lifetimes. We will, and it's going to be soon because they're going to make a sequel to Breath of the Wild. We will never see another Obra Dinn.
Okay, that's fine. The thing I was sort of like not like poking out was you're sort of like, oh, I'm going to like just say now I think it was just a very good open world game, which is like not what the Breath of the Wild is.
It's an extremely good open world game, probably one of the best ones ever made.
Yeah, and it does things that open world games, it takes a lot of what open world games done before, and then like does things that now other games, including games that Andy loves and he's in the chat right now talking about, took from. It's like clockwork systems of these items working together, and just the freedom of, when you're talking about like tabletop games, talking about the amount of verbs you have to do things. It felt like that promise of like a Dungeons and Dragons, like, but almost brought into a game, like this idea of like, yeah, but what if I tried to like lay a path of swords from one place to another and then like had them get electrocuted by a lightning storm that would then go and destroy a camp of goblins or whatever. What if I took this door and like just kept like using these bombs to like propel myself and make myself fly across the map? Like stuff like that is just like stuff that doesn't happen especially in big giant AAA video games.
This is true. And like I said, I won't fight for it in the number 2 spot. But Craig asked before, what is the Obra Dinn? So,
oh yeah, you just tell him.
Craig, I hope you're listening. So the Obra Dinn is a game where you are an insurance adjuster in the 1800s. And this ship, the Obra Dinn, has been missing for 5 years and has washed back up on shore. And it is full of skeletons. And for reasons unknown, you were given a magic compass that can take you to the skeletons, and you can see their last moments. You have a manifest with like 100 passengers' names on it, and you have to try and identify all of these passengers and tell us how they died. So in the first body you see, this dude is being shot in the face. And so you could say like, okay, he was shot, but who killed him and who is he? And by going in and out of the memories or the death scenes of each person, it tells you the story out of sequence of what happened to the Obra Dinn. And it does so in the most wild looking graphics I've ever seen. It looks like you're on an old IBM computer, but in 4K.
Yeah.
It is a video game where the music is great. The reveals are amazing. And the feeling of piecing together this mystery of who is who, how they died, what happened to this ship, and did anybody ever make it off the ship is astounding. I'm going to play it on PlayStation again, even though I have all the answers, because it's just such a evocative game. Like it grabs you and like you can't stop playing it. It's amazing. It's the best game. It's the best game of the generation because we're never going to get anything like that ever again. We've seen good open world games. We've seen amazing open world games, but I've never played anything like this. It's what I think about when I think about the excellence of this generation. I think about a couple of games at the top. I think about Odyssey. I think about God of War. I think about Breath of the Wild. But like, I can't beat the pound for pound strength of the Obra Dinn.
I mean, I don't need to argue with you because you know how much I love Return of the Obra Dinn. It is like a game that's tailor made for me. And you know, I would say that I think like some of your arguments for why Breath of the Wild is not the number one game, like, fall apart when you're talking about, well, then when we were making this list, should we just have been picking the most unique games of the generation? You know what I mean? Like that's not what we were doing, you know?
No, we were no, and it's not really the argument I'm trying to make at all. Like, yeah, the Obra Dinn is unique, and so is Breath of the Wild because of the things that Breath of the Wild does that other open world games don't do. But if I have to choose between the best open world game of all time and this amazing narrative experience, I'm going to choose the narrative experience for my selling point of this generation.
That's
especially because it's a narrative experience that isn't told in the regular way. It's like people don't like video games. I don't hand them Breath of the Wild and it's like, if you don't like a video game or you never played a video game, play this. Like Breath of the Wild is overwhelming in a way. But I was going to say, like, this is, I think, the best game of the generation. I'm not going to hand them Zelda. I'm going to hand them the Obra Dinn.
You think the Obra Dinn is an accessible game?
I do. I think it's accessible. But I've handed it out before. You don't need to be able to walk. You don't have to be able to walk in a straight line in the Obra Dinn.
Okay, but Justin, we're not going to rank our top 25 games generation by if you can't walk. If somebody doesn't play video games, this is the game you should give them. Like, I mean,
it's just like, it's another thing about it that I think is really good.
And absolutely, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but like, I think using those things as like negatives for the other games is like a little bit weird, you know, because
I'm splitting hairs here because it's not like it's an easy thing where it's like, hey, this was the second best game of the year versus the best game of the year, and we're really like, you know, it's a tough decision, but we can come to an agreement. This is like, okay, what's the best game of the generation? And so it's like these two games are probably the best games of the last 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, and like I pretty much said why I think it. Actually Craig says it really well. It's like a closed, strong narrative that'll stick in your mind for years versus the open world creative supernova.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm going to lean on the narrative.
And look, I mean, Return of the Obra Dinn would probably be my number 2 on this list, for sure. And so I absolutely adore it for all the reasons that you said you loved it. I think that I love mystery games in general, because they're just kind of another form of puzzle game, and it does it better than just about anything. I do think that like the Breath of the Wild, and makes this in the chat, like it is maybe the best open world game of all time, but it's not just an open world game, right? It's also like a self-contained puzzle box game where you have these, like, for the most part, except for 2 dungeons, Andy, where they have to make you move the ball around with the motion controls, are like these great, like, super clever little puzzle boxes, like hundreds of them that you get to do out in the world, you know. It's also a game that does like discovery and like environmental storytelling really, really well, and it also it looks gorgeous, and it just provides so many amazing moments, and no moment is exactly the same for anybody. And that's the things about it that I think that make it like this just special jewel where, and I'm not saying that Return of the Obra Dinn isn't this, but I think saying that we'll see another Breath of the Wild again, I think is a disingenuous thing to say, because yeah, we might see a game that's in that style again. We probably will, the sequel that's coming out, but it's not going to be the same experience as playing that first one. It's not going to have the same, you're not going to get the same feelings playing that game as you had playing the first game, most likely. So like, you know, these things only come along once in a generation, in multiple generations, a game that completely flips around, like, not only the way open world games are thought about, but also takes a franchise that since the N64 had been basically doing the same game over and over and over again, and totally took it to a totally different place. Um,
That's it.
and like that is what I think makes it so special. Like, yeah, it's got a big open world and you can walk a bunch of places, and that's great, and I like that about it. But I do think that the stuff that is contained within that open world is stuff that makes it special. And that for me, and this is just my personal thing, like it doesn't just give me a list of things I have to do and I'm just checking off a list of things to do as I go. Like that's the part of those big games that often tires me, is seeing everything I have to do out in front of me and just being like, man, I'm so far away from where I need to end up here.
I mean, you do have to go pretty far in Breath of the Wild.
No, you do. But what I'm saying is
entire map.
the way it delivers it to you, because there's so much mystery. Like, I don't know that, like, okay, no, I have 15 other things I have to do right now. You know, I know that I have to do the next thing, you know, but I don't know that I have a list of 40 things I have to do. That's just me. Like, a lot of people love that, and I just don't, which is why a lot of those games turn me off. Which is if I see a lot of a giant list of things in front of me, it just saps me of my power.
If you went into the menu, there was a giant list of things for you to do in Breath of the Wild. They had the entire quest menus.
Yeah, but the quest did. But Justin, you're telling me that you think that it had as many things going on in it as, let's say, an Assassin's Creed game?
I'm just saying, no, of course it doesn't have, like, you know, thousands. All that stuff doesn't show up on the map, but there are 900 Korok seeds for you to go get.
Yes, of course there are, Justin. But like, okay, I'm not. If you want to do that, that's fine. You're
making it sound like I don't like Breath of the Wild when it's one of my favorite video games of all time.
No, I know you do. I know that you love Breath of the Wild, Justin.
I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna solve this.
Well, let's talk about this first. 3 through 5.
At this point, who cares?
You gotta care about everyone.
All right, hang on one second. Let me pull the list back up.
You put the list away?
It's on my phone, and I'm doing other things.
Oh, great. I'm glad to know you're doing other things while we're podcasting.
Sorry, people were asking if their subs are up, and I'm like, I don't know. Let's see here. You see, this is tough for me. And it was tough for me the year that we did the Game of the Year, because my connection to Odyssey would actually place it above Breath of the Wild for me, because I have that other added part of it. But for our argument, I'm fine putting it at 4.
I'm okay with that if that means Apex is number 5 and Bloodborne is number 3.
Oh my god. Ugh. Kelsey, have you ever played the Oberdin?
There's no way Odyssey's gonna be number 1. So just don't worry about that.
Bloodborne is climbing, and I don't really like it that it's climbing so high. It's not. I think God of War is better.
I don't. I think God of War is better than Odyssey, but that's me.
3 to 5, flip 1 and 2, and call it. Andy, wait, wasn't that what Bobby said before?
That's exactly what I said before.
No, so I don't see why it's number 1. Kelsey, please play Return of the Oberdin. It's not even a joke.
Well, the fact that you've never heard of it, Kelsey, is your fault. That's not the game's fault.
Kelsey, that's on you.
Yeah, that's totally on you.
Kelsey, do yourself a favor right now on your...
Because you would absolutely love the Return of the Oberdin. It is like 100% a Kelsey game. And this is me talking, Kelsey, the person who fought for Life is Strange.
Kelsey, seriously, take a go look at reviews for Return of the Oberdin and be like, how did I not?
And he said, just seeing how much you were paying attention, Justin.
I am paying attention. This is my podcast. You really want Bloodborne at 3, huh? I don't believe Kelsey when she says she's convinced. Why Bloodborne over, let's say, Apex? Think of all the wins we got in Apex. Think how good that game plays.
I love Apex Legends, and it is a great game. And it's my favorite battle royale. And I've had countless amazing hours in it. But just as Justin, you were willing to sacrifice Overwatch for single player experiences that you enjoyed more. That's where I am with Bloodborne, honestly.
But when you die in Bloodborne, you have to start so far away from the fight.
I know.
It's a bad video game.
That's fine with me though, because
PUBG wins do mean more than Apex wins, Andy, but PUBG is not a very good video game.
I am willing to, this is what I'm saying. If we move Apex to 5 and move the other two up, I can be okay with the 1 and 2.
You want to put Apex at 5, Bloodborne at
3, and Mario Odyssey.
The Return of the
Odyssey at 4. Yes. This is the deal. I'm not giving in, because Justin knows how much I love Overden. This is not even like a bad argument.
I will take that deal.
But you got to make the deals, man. You got to wheel and deal it. To be honest, there were other things that I was like, oh, maybe I want to put it, but as things were moving along.
All right, so let's lock in that top 5. And let's take a look at the rest of the list.
Doing this in such a backward ass way, and I apologize to everyone who's probably going crazy.
I want everyone to know that well, that's not true. I won the Overwatch one, but everybody was in agreement about the Overwatch one.
I wasn't, but that's okay.
You were outnumbered that year.
I was outnumbered big time that year. Yes, 100% I was outnumbered, but it just was not me. Okay, Overden won, then Life
is... All the other years I fought for a game where it's me versus Bobby, I never win.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I won.
I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Valorant got cut really early, Mark. It's just too new.
Yeah.
Also, Cody, you hate that game on a daily basis.
Uh-huh. FIFA 20.
Solid top 20.
Definitely.
Let's talk about the show 19. Bryce Harper is very handsome.
Yeah. I know that.
No,
but
it's not just Mario Maker.
Yes, but the Mario Maker one was your fault, and you know that was your fault. Because you kept it secret that you were been playing that game.
You weren't going to let me get that over MGS5. Wait, MGS5 didn't win that year, did it? But it still didn't beat MGS5 in the rankings.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
100% it did.
We don't have podcasts anymore to go back and listen to see who was right.
No, they're still there.
I know. No, the
that was the Until Dawn year.
That was the oh God, that was such a bad video game. That we be game of the year.
To be fair, that ended up being more Jackie's fault than mine. So let's say put the blame where blame is due on that one.
The Transistor year, I went to the mat for Transistor and I got overruled. No,
but that year we just voted. We sure voted that year. That wasn't even like a year we debated it. Like you got it onto you got it onto the final 5. Yeah, which was the debate, and then we all just voted on it. I think that was Destiny, wasn't it? That year?
Mario Maker was 2 that year, Kelsey?
Yeah. It was 2 or 3.
So sad in 22. All right, so let's take a look at the list and we'll start seeing what can move around.
Okay,
if anything is going to move around.
Okay. So 25 Remnant, 24 Horizon, 23 Celeste, 22 The Witcher, 21 Hitman, 20 Inside, 19 Destiny, 18 Cuphead, 17 Firewatch. Until Dawn is a very good game, Cody. Yes, it absolutely is. Where's Rayman on this list? Alejandro asked.
We can never escape from Rayman.
No. Number 16, Nier Automata. Number 15, Resident Evil 2. Number 14, Life is Strange. Number 13, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 12, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Why isn't this moving? Okay, there we go. Number 11, Dead Cells. Number 10, let me just wait for it to catch up for me. Yeah, number 10, Titanfall 2. Number 9, The Witness. Number 8, Night in the Woods. Number 7, Overwatch. Number 6, God of War. Number 5, Apex Legends. Number 4, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 3, Bloodborne. Number 2, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And number 1, Return of the Obra Dinn. Only I'm just remembering Jackie.
Who could ever forget Jackie?
Yeah. Meg's is saying flip 17 and 18. 17 and 8. No, we're not flipping 17 and 18. That's not happening.
I would flip 17. I would flip 17 and 18.
I know you would. Look, Grun, I cannot have this fight because I'm relying on Justin's passion for the game because I have not played enough of it.
All right, we're gonna move The Witcher.
Justin, succumb to your bullying.
It is too low. No,
Justin, succumb to your bullying.
I needed to start in the beginning of the list. I just needed to start putting games in places. The Witcher is a better game than a few games on this list that are higher. But it's I'm gonna have to move one of mine.
I'm not saying that. I could be comfortable with some of the stuff that I have slotting down a little bit. So don't worry about that. Just tell me where you think it belongs. This is what I want you to do the whole time.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Swap cup.
Where do you think it belongs?
No, here we're gonna do this.
Don't tell me what we're gonna do.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna swap Cuphead and The Witcher.
So
18 and 22 are gonna swap.
Why don't we just put The Witcher where Cuphead is and move everything else down one?
I mean, that works.
Megs, Cuphead is not moving higher. Obviously, if we're moving games above it right now, it's not getting put higher. Like I like some of these games more than I liked The Witcher. But my problem with The Witcher wasn't that I didn't like it. I just stopped playing it. So, like for my personal list, it wouldn't be this high. But
I love Cuphead. Cuphead should be on our Dark Souls list. That game's fucking brutal.
The game is brutal.
I struggled beating that game, but I did it. Witcher over Firewatch.
No,
I would also do that.
No, I wouldn't put Witcher.
I really love Firewatch.
I would say this: we can get it above Firewatch in this list, but I'm not just pushing Firewatch down one. We co-op that game for a little bit on an extra live stream once. Did not go very well. Cuphead.
Oh god, yeah, that went really bad.
Yeah. That went terribly.
That game is not that game becomes much harder on co-op when Bobby had to die for me to beat it because it dropped the difficulty back down.
Yeah. I got through the Bloody Baron. That's what I got. That's where I stopped right after the Bloody Baron quest was over.
That's where everybody, for some reason, that's the natural stopping point for a lot of people is the Bloody Baron.
Well, I finished the Bloody Baron, and then I was like, okay, and the Bloody Baron thing is amazing. I loved it. So I finished the Bloody Baron, and then I got to like that first like giant town you get to or something. The first really big one. And that was where I was like, okay, I'm going to step away for a little bit. And then something else came out, because that came out in like, what, August of that year or something, Justin?
Yes.
There was something else that came out around that time. Maybe it was Metal Gear Solid. It was Metal Gear Solid came out like right after that. And so that took over, and then I just never went back to Witcher. Novigrad. That's what it was, yeah. What are you doing right now, Justin?
You're going to have to do this.
I'll do it.
Swap The Witcher and Nier.
Oh, shit. I mean, I'm okay with that. Okay.
A guy, a girl, and a Cuphead. Sure. I mean, why not?
I will totally. If you guys want us to play Cuphead on stream for a stream, we will absolutely do it. There's demand for it. We will do it.
500 biddies for it.
We will do it for 500 biddies.
Pretty much do anything for 500 biddies.
We can be bribed, obviously.
But yes, Kelsey, I'll play that game with you if you want. Does it have online multiplayer, or is it
Oh, I don't know. That I don't know.
I don't think it has online, Kelsey.
I'm not sure about that actually.
Anything? Oh God.
No, not anything. Quiet.
That's 1,000 biddies.
We'll do anything for $10.
$10 that we split 50-50.
Yeah, for $5 each, we'll do anything.
Right. So I got The Witcher a bunch of spots up. Can I move it up any further? Are you both sold at Resi 2 at 15? No, I would move Resi 2 down.
I would like it to be higher.
Kelsey, I'm toying with the idea of visiting Canada in the next year or so.
Here's what I think we should do as well. And this is just me saying this because I think it's just only fair. I think we can swap around Red Dead and MGS. Like we can put Red Dead above MGS.
Okay. You being all. Tell us about Dead Cells. Oh, he wants to hear about Dead Cells. Dead Cells is so good, Andy. It's the best roguelike I've ever played.
I mean, it's a really good roguelike, but we'll see other really good roguelikes.
Or just, you're so salty right now. Somebody put the salt thing in chat. I'll do it. I have to find it. Where is it?
I love Dead Cells. I'm just being an asshole.
So Dead Cells is going to be one of our games to play for the soul stuff because it's so good. Then you die and it starts all over.
It's true. It's true. Thank you, Mark.
I can't find the salt.
Mark came through with it. Mark came through with it.
I'm not surprised it was Mark. Dead Cells is amazing. Kelsey, thank you.
I'm never sure when Kelsey is just like saying things to like poke at the conversation or she actually means it.
Can I move The Witcher up anymore, or should anything else move?
Look, for me, it's like.
Do we think Hitman's number 22?
I mean, I would be okay with putting it behind. Hitman's so good, though. Hitman is so good.
Hitman is really good. We should really play it on stream. I literally bought it 6 months ago for us to do this.
Andy, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. That's what I've been saying since the beginning, Andy. Since the beginning of the stream, I've been saying Witcher above Red Dead Redemption 2.
I don't know.
Justin feels this weird desire that or this weird like responsibility that Rockstar games need to be high on lists because they're just supposed to be.
A, that's cruel. B, it's very cruel.
Is it untrue?
No, it's not. I think Rockstar games are of a certain quality that has to be recognized, right? And I recognize them, but I also really I plowed through Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm not saying it's not a fantastic game. It's one of the top 25 games of the generation.
The only reason I would I'm not even going to consider it. I'm not considering it. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. It should have more fast travel. Red Dead should have more fast travel.
Well, Red Dead
Horse Girl. TM.
The story of Red Dead you're talking about, or the story of Witcher? Because I think both, right? I mean, I haven't played through either of them, but that's all I hear about both of them.
It was harder for me to understand everything that was going on in the story of The Witcher because I did not play 1 and 2. They did a really good job.
Andy says both games are amazing. Yeah.
When you ask me, it'd be a coin flip.
No,
Bobby has to start Red Dead Redemption 2.
I started it, Justin. I got to the point where you get through the snow part and then you're at that camp.
That's like an hour.
No, that's more than an hour. That's a couple of hours.
That's an hour.
No, it's a couple of hours because you move at about a pace of a snail during that game.
Basically, you beat the tutorial.
Yes, I did. And I was like, I'm good.
I'm giving it to Red Dead. The story in Red Dead is really good. And the gameplay, I enjoyed the gameplay. But I think, I mean, it's like it's for the two of those, it could be a toss up. Andy's right. Like it could be a coin flip, but I think the story is a little bit better in Red Dead. The voice acting in both games is tremendous. No, it's Red Dead.
Megs, finish Red Dead 2. I would say that I'm much more likely to go back to The Witcher, like, than I am to Red Dead. Witcher, I think about, much like I thought about Bloodborne for years, saying like I should go back to this game and play it and finish it. The Witcher is one of those games.
That was one of those. I mean, The Witcher was that game for me because when that game first came out, I put like an hour into it and never went back to it. And then when I quit talking games and was like, finally, time for me to play the games that I want. I watched all of Dragon Ball Z and beat The Witcher, and I was like, yes, there's more sexting in The Witcher. I mean, he does have a point.
It's not even the combat in Red Dead, honestly, that bothers me. And it's not. There's just something about Rockstar games that never clicks with me. It just never does. And Red Dead honestly was one I gave, I think that's the least amount of shot to, as far as like the time I played it before I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But like I put like, I don't know, 10 hours into Grand Theft Auto 5, and I like each time one comes out, I'm like, this is going to be the one. This is the one. This is the one. And then it just never is for me. I don't know what I honestly don't know what it is.
I mean, Red Dead just looks so good.
It does look very good.
It looks so good.
It does look very good. Okay, when you said to mention the Hitman thing, you're meaning it should be higher on the list or lower, Justin?
I think it should be higher on the list.
Above what? Or how high would you want it to go?
Can't go much higher. I would swap it with Firewatch, but you're not going to do that.
No, but I could put it right underneath Firewatch.
You want to move
everything else down one.
Move everything else down one? Oh, I don't want to drop Destiny that low. Yeah, do it.
That took a lot. I don't want to drop Destiny that low.
I'm thinking about just how amazing Hitman is.
It's very good.
And if moving Hitman up and dropping Destiny one spot's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Because Hitman's going up a ton.
Yeah.
We really need to play Hitman on stream. Maybe we should just do that.
I yes. I'm fine with playing Hitman on stream.
I am, Mark. I love Deadwood. You guys will get a kick out of what we're doing. Oh my god, that's what we could use the channel points for.
What?
When you cash in the points on the channel, you have to tell me what weapon to use.
Oh yeah, in Hitman. Yeah. Okay, let's read through the list and see how we feel about it. Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Number 25, Remnant from the Ashes. Number 24, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 23, Celeste. Number 22, Inside. Number 21, Destiny. Number 20, Cuphead. Number 19, Nier Automata. Number 18, Hitman. Number 17, Firewatch. Number 16, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Number 15, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Number 14, Life is Strange. Number 13, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Number 12, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 11, Dead Cells. Number 10, Titanfall 2. Number 9, The Witness. Number 8, Night in the Woods. Number 7, Overwatch. Number 6, God of War. Number 5, Apex Legends. Number 4, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 3, Bloodborne. Number 2, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And number 1, Return of the Obra Dinn.
We're being told Destiny's too low.
Yes. Oh, I'm so surprised that Mark and Andy think it's too low.
I would move it to where Resi is, but
Destiny?
Yes.
Dude, we placed it at number 20 originally.
I know. Resident Evil 2 is a fine video game, but Destiny has so much to offer. So many good memories.
Well, I don't have those memories, Justin, so it doesn't...
Can I talk to you about the Vault? Can I talk to you about the Vault of Glass? Oh, I can't wait to play the Vault of Glass again.
Well, no, because you have to count like the entire journey of the game, right? And that's how I think about it. Like, because The Taken King came out and made Destiny way better, it still doesn't erase the early content of Destiny, you know, or the
That's a fine
two
argument.
or the two really subpar expansions that came out before the Taken King, you know, or
Prison of Elders slapped.
but that was
know.
that was a mode though. That wasn't one of the that was one that came along with one of them.
It came along with one of the DLCs.
Yeah, but I'm saying just like in general, like the content of those things was not like great, you know, just like the 2 ones for Destiny 2 weren't great, you know.
Oh God, SRL.
But
remember how good Alan was at that, Mark?
And even the thing that came out after Taken King, the Lords of Iron or whatever, what was it called? Was that what it was called? The Lords of Iron?
Yeah, that was good.
It was good. I mean, but like it wasn't the Taken King, you know what I mean? So the Destiny has a problem where yes, it has the chance to, I think, redeem itself because it's around for so long, right? And it had a 3-year life where it had something that came out that completely transformed the game and made the game like really great to play. And that's the reason I think it's on this list, is because that came out in the first place, right? But it also gets dinged for being, it has to, if it gets the credit for being around for that whole thing, then it also gets dinged for being around for that whole thing, right? You can't just forget about the mediocre. I wouldn't even say subpar because I don't think any of it's bad, you know, but the mediocre and just kick the great.
Destiny's so good though.
Destiny is so good. It's a fantastic video game. It's funny to me too. I would probably have Destiny 2 on this list over Destiny 1, but
really,
yeah.
You know, I
think it's just honestly, a better video game, you know?
No, I mean, maybe, but
I can't discount the memories and all the stuff you guys have with it. Like that's I can't. Obviously, that's part of the game. That these games, that's part of the game for these games. But
for raids, it's the raids that make me think of vanilla Destiny. Destiny 2 is probably a better video game, but the raids aren't as good.
I mean, I have only ever completed 2 raids, and that was
we should raid.
And that was that was just getting dragged through them by people who were crazy high level for them. So,
again, Greg, you down to raid? You ever play Destiny? Let's go.
I would consider mediocre par. I guess.
Raids.
Okay, so let's read this. Remnant from the Ashes, number 25. Number 24, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 23, Celeste. Number 22, Inside. Number 21, Destiny. Number 20, Cuphead. Nier Automata. Number 18, Hitman. Number 17, Firewatch. Number 16, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Number 15, Resident Evil 2. Number 14, Life is Strange. Number 13, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Number 12, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 11, Dead Cells. Number 10, Titanfall 2. Number 9, The Witness. Number 8, Night in the Woods. Number 7, Overwatch. Number 6, God of War. Number 5, Apex Legends. Number 4, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 3, Bloodborne. Number 2, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Number 1, Return of the Obra Dinn. I mean, yes, Mark, you could offer me your mediocre sandwich, and I'd be like, well, is there a better sandwich that I can eat? But if not, mediocre sounds okay. So there you go.
It's a good list.
It's a very good list.
Switch 10 and 7. I don't know what Andy's saying. I'm looking at 10 and 7 right now.
Titanfall 2 and Overwatch.
Andy, you didn't even like Titanfall.
That's how much he wants to just fuck with you on Overwatch. Nah. We got nods from Craig and Megs on this one. I don't know if they're gnawing Andy's suggestion or just that the list is good. I don't know which one it is.
I feel like we're using this.
You gotta use the whole scale. The whole scale, Mark, of it.
Oh, that's right. You did like the campaign, Andy. I forgot you didn't like the multiplayer.
Titanfall 2's campaign is superb.
It's very good.
Superb. I'm not fighting between Titanfall 2. I mean, I love Titanfall 2's campaign. I didn't play much of the multiplayer. What I did, I liked, but didn't go crazy for. Overwatch is Overwatch. So we know all what that is. So yeah, that's the list. So I guess Monthly Reset's official game, number 1 game of the generation is Return of the Obra Dinn.
It's the best game of the generation. If you have not played Return of the Obra Dinn, it is new to consoles in the last couple of months. It was on PC for its first year of existence.
Yeah, it's on
Please
Switch.
go play it.
I think Switch is probably a great place to play it, but
it's a fantastic place to play it from what I've heard.
When is PS3? Oh, our PS3 list. We've talked about doing just a list of like the generation that generation.
My memory at this point is going to be bad.
It's going to be all like, I remember the feelings I had when I played this game. It's pretty much going to be that whole list. Portal 2.
Yes.
Number one
it's
game.
It's worth. Return of the Obra Dinn is worth buying and playing tonight. I just picked up Valiant Hearts. Megs, what year is it? Insert Robin Williams gif.
Valiant Hearts is a great game. Definitely play it. Speaking of
Jackie, when I hear that game.
Speaking of Andy games as well.
It's not GIF. No, it's not. Okay.
Okay. I'm never gonna say GIF ever. Either, Mark. I can't do it. I don't care if the guy who created said he was. He's wrong.
I haven't played Vagrant Story. It's slap. All right, we're putting slap as an emote. Somebody do something with that.
I know the creator said it, Mark. Just like I said, he's wrong. I don't care. Don't care. Yes, I know. I get it. The Last of Us 2 is coming out in an hour and 15 minutes for us on the East Coast here. I'm going to call you Justin because even though it's your name, you don't know anything. Cody just picked up Rayman and he's excited. Yes, I know Meg's been playing it for a while. I know Hugh is already playing it. I know. It
must be so great to live in the future.
Got the countdown on my thing. I wouldn't play it tonight anyway because
I'm saving it for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd be too tired. But
Mark, it's all a dream. Super Mario Brothers 2, all a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Gives us something. Well, that was a fun list.
It was a fun list. Yeah. Drink it in, folks. Probably ban him.
This chat is something. When we get you guys mad, you get all riled up.
Yeah, apparently we just have to say like, "What's your favorite thing?" and people go freaking crazy. Who am I banning?
Oh, me, because I spoiled Super Mario 2.
Oh. Okay.
I want Megs,
we love you when you're here.
I love this.
When
people listening to the audio version of this podcast are going to be a little lost.
Yeah, twitch.tv/monthly reset, by the way. We're going to do it live every time. You can watch the archive over at our YouTube channel as well. Justin is canceled party. When we've got a Megs and we've got a Kelsey in the chat is fire for sure. There's a lot of contentious things being thrown out. And then when Andy decides to get involved and throw his takes out there, his Chaos Andy, it's something. Chaos Andy is the greatest Andy.
Molotov's gone horribly wrong.
Yep. So let's list the top 25 games of the generation, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for going on this journey with us. It was a lot of fun. We're off until Monday. Craig says Apex. Craig, why are you throwing in bad takes right as we're starting to end this? Everyone's getting canceled right now. Cancel Craig because he said Apex is a bad game. He said I can only be what I am. Craig is canceled.
Craig, every time I talk to Craig early in the day, like 10 a.m. our time, he's like, I stayed up late for your stream and I'm paying for it. And I'm like, you don't have to do it, man.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, he's like, I can't stay up tonight. I just can't. During his stream today, he's like, I just can't do it. I'll catch the VOD. And then I look in the chat for him. I'm like, Craig's in there. He's not saying anything yet.
But yeah, thanks for everybody hanging out. Thanks for help. Thanks for the biddies today, Megs. I think Alejandro, thanks for the gifted sub today. Really, really awesome of you all. Thank you so much for hanging out the whole time and going on this journey with us.
I'm going to do some quick shout outs. All right.
Yes. Let's do some shout outs.
Can Ahmad shout out Craig? Our friend Craig here is on Saturday going to subject himself to a TENS machine, which apparently will give him the feeling of being in labor. All for reaching, what was it, Craig? 100 subs?
Oh, okay.
So that's going to happen on Saturday around
I think it's 6 a.m. Eastern time.
Is it 6 a.m. Eastern time?
I think that's your early stream, right, Craig?
But it was 11.
It's 11 his time.
His time. Fuck. I'm gonna have to get up early.
Yeah. 6 a.m.
We're
our
gonna
time.
get up early and watch that. So everyone, please, if you're in this stream, if you can, get yourself up and support our friend Craig. He's a good new friend of us. Also, continue to support Deadbeat Gamers.
Yeah.
Hugh and Ori. Hugh is gonna stream something tomorrow.
Remnant, I think he said he's gonna do.
Mark, give out the shout. Shatterday. Okay.
Okay. Right, Hugh, you're gonna play Remnant, I believe. Nightbot's gonna come after Megs. So yeah, who's gonna do that on Saturday? Friday.
No,
What time? What time
tomorrow.
Friday? 2 p.m. your time. You? Oh, you're taking the day off. Okay, man. Cool. I just know that you had talked about it, so I wanted to know. I know Ori wasn't because he was because he's playing The Last of Us.
You literally told me today I'm gonna do this. So I thought you were. But taking the day off, that's totally fine. And also continue to support Comic Book Cody as he does his In the Darkness Zone podcast.
Darkness Zone podcast, yeah. Cody, if you want to copy and paste a link to that in the chat right now, you absolutely can. The Destiny 2 podcast. I don't know what the way to link I think Anchor probably. I don't know if it's on iTunes and everything yet. I know it's on Spotify because that's where I have subscribed to it. So we found out Cody has left and he doesn't even know we're shouting him out.
He just posted 15 seconds ago.
Oh, he did.
He's in there.
Of course. No, you don't have to thank us for the shout out. Absolutely not. Yeah, so the shout out, we're off until Monday. We're back to Monday. We're back at Dark Souls again. I think Dark Souls Zone podcast. Search that on your podcast provider of choice. Back on Dark Souls 3 on Monday, Bloodborne on Tuesday, Dark Souls on Wednesday again, and then Thursday, either going to be Bloodborne again or we might go back to Remnant. We haven't decided yet. We're going to see what the deal is with that.
And then that Saturday, I'm going to stream in the morning.
Oh, yes. And I might be, by the way, next week, I might be streaming a bit during the day. I don't know yet, between Monday to Wednesday-ish, Monday to Thursday, actually. My wife and child are out of town. So during the day, I have a lot of free time. So I'm going to probably do some streaming. I will let everybody know when I can early enough for those. But those will be during the day. So some of our amazing across the pond and foreign listeners can actually, foreign viewers can watch and not have to stay up crazy late. An episode tomorrow, a lore episode of Darkness Zone podcast. So check that out. But yeah, thank everybody for, there we go, anchor.fm/Darkness Zone. Maybe we'll add that to Cody's, we'll add a Cody command in Nightbot, a specific one, so that we can check that out specifically. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you, Justin, for going on this epic quest to order the top 25 games of the generation.
Remember when we wanted to do 100? We did. The 100, the top 100 games of all, we wanted
the
to do
decade. It was a decade.
It was a decade. Oh boy.
It's a decade. We have a list. We still have that list somewhere. Thank you, Craig. Thank you so much. And if you haven't played these games, play these games because they're all excellent games. You should play these video games. They're really amazing.
Wait.
Oh, Kelsey, don't go yet. Justin's going to do the thing and do the really awkward delayed thing. So until next time, thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Kelsey. Oh, that's right. She's delayed. We have to work on this. It's just so odd, random that we get them all in the chat. Oh God,
I told you it's a bad idea, Justin. This is a terrible idea.
She gets so mad though if I don't do it. Thank you, Hugh. Oh, you Paz, I'm here. Oh my God.
Okay, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hugh. She ruined it. She totally ruined it. Hugh's also here.
Oh my God.
Oh, Kelsey. Do you hear me?
F. Everyone just put F in the chat.
F's in the chat. F's in the chat.
Thank you, Bobby.
Rip this podcast. Start that again. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you to everyone who's been watching. Until next time, be good to one another. Later.